So, hi guys, welcome back to our channel. And
when you decided कि मुझे अब नहीं सिटी में रहना है और
incidents याद नहीं, but now after 7 years having moved out, छोटे छोटे ऐसे पॉइंट्स थे जो कॉन्स्टेंटली वर
so, hi guys, welcome back to our channel and another episode, which is kind of in continuation to what we had discussed in the last episode. पिछले एपिसोड में हम सब लोग कॉन्template कर रहे थे कि हम लोगों को अगर शहर छोड़ना हो तो हम कैसे छोड़ें. सैडली हम में से किसी ने भी वो स्टेप नहीं उठाया हुआ था, तो हमारे पास सिर्फ सवाल थे और उनके
हाँ,
जवाब नहीं थे. तो हमने एक
एब्सोल्युटली।
प्रॉमिस किया था कि हम ऐसे लोगों को अपनी पॉडकास्ट पे लेके आएंगे जिन्होंने ये स्टेप लिया है और उनकी जर्नी से अपने सवालों के जवाब ढूंढेंगे. तो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद यू रुचिका. गो अहेड.
यस, आई थिंक ये कंटिन्यूशन में रहेगा ये वाला पॉडकास्ट हमारा. लास्ट टाइम हम लोग वी फ्रेंड्स वी वर वी हैड अ हॉट डिबेट कि दिल्ली छोड़ना है. दिल्ली, आई मेक रिपीट द सिटी नेम दिल्ली बिकॉज आई एम फ्रॉम दिल्ली, बट व्हेन आई से दिल्ली आई एक्चुअली मीन अ मेट्रो सिटी. तो हमारा यही डिस्कशन था कि हम छोड़ के जा सकते हैं कि नहीं जा सकते. जाना सब चाहते हैं बिकॉज एंड ऑफ द डे आप थक जाते हो. बिकॉज सिटी लाइफ से ना आप जल्दी थक जाते हो. यहाँ पर chaos है, यहाँ पर बहुत बिजी शेड्यूल है, यहाँ नॉइज बहुत ज्यादा है. बट वह हमारी डिबेट वही एंड हो गई क्योंकि हमें ये नहीं पता था कि अगर जाना है तो कैसे जाना है. So I think we have the right person with us today. शीतल, आज हमें बताओगे आप कि आपकी क्या जर्नी रही. बिकॉज ये आप आई थिंक यू टेल अबाउट योर सेल्फ. आप हमारे व्यूअर्स को भी अपने बारे में खुद ही बताइए.
Thank you, Ruchika. Thank you, Himanshu, for having me here. My name is Sheetal. I've been out of the city for about 7 years. And where I am right now, of course, it's not a city, it's a small village. So it's different than, the other things that probably I've done in the big city. However, anyways, to come to the point that you were saying, how did I make the move and what is my background? So I worked in the corporate sector for about 15 years. And while I was working, जब मैं वहाँ काम कर रही थी 15 साल तक, not that I was upset with my work or I didn't like my work, but I just wanted to continuously, do something different where I don't have to be really report to somebody, where I
Okay.
had my own timings, or I was I was my own boss, right? So that was one thing which was running in my mind constantly. Over and above, even my husband was thinking like that. So when you have two people, अगर दोनों same चीज सोच रहे हैं, तो then it's easier for you to take the final step. If one of us was
Correct.
still डाली or one person was thinking, no, I like the city life और मुझे नहीं, outside city explore करना, then it's very difficult. So for both of
Not
us, we
difficult,
both
it's
came.
impossible.
Yeah,
It's impossible. That's
it's
correct, Himanshu.
impossible there.
So both of us were quite aligned with the idea कि हमने कुछ और करना है. वो क्या कुछ और करना है, that was not clear right from day one. So anyways,
अच्छा.
right now, to just cut to the last part of it. So we were in 15 years in the corporate sector, and now I'm a yoga teacher. In between, there is so much that I've skipped. Of course, we will cover that through our conversation. I'm
Sure.
happily living in a small village in Dharamshala. We don't have regular electricity at home. We don't have kuda collection in the village, and lots of such things which we take granted for in the big city that we
In
don't
big
have. But I'm
cities.
sure we'll explore about these questions during the conversation today. So that's my story. I studied from Bombay, worked all across the country, Bombay, Delhi, in different roles. Also tried to move out of the city in 2017. That didn't work. Came back, worked again in the corporate
Where
sector.
did you go?
Uh,
Okay.
2017, we decided that ab bahut ho gaya. Now we want to do something else. So we decided, packed our bags, and we decided to go to Goa.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, interesting choice of place. I don't Now when I think of it, I don't know why we picked up, but it's good that we picked up because it didn't work out. And since it didn't work out, there was so much learning that we gathered from that experience, that when we made the final move, the things that we probably mistakes जो हमने वहाँ करी, then we didn't repeat here in the second time we decided. So it wasn't like a
Right,
one go, had to be tested a few times.
right,
Yeah.
right. So you went to Goa and came back, और फिर वापस corporate में?
Came back, did a little bit different than what corporate. We joined non-profits,
अच्छा.
but we realized that non-profits में भी काफी corporate culture है.
Hmm.
I wasn't unhappy with my work. Like I said, I really liked the work, the organizations that I worked with. But the urge to do something new, something different, something of my own was very high. That energy was very high in my self. So that
Okay.
drove me to do something different. And then yoga happened. We did our yoga training for about a year or so, and then became teachers, and then started to teach. So that's the story so far, in very short.
Perfect.
See, when you decided कि मुझे अब नहीं सिटी में रहना है और सिटी लाइफ से मुझे कहीं स्लो लाइफ में मूव करना है, उसका क्या कोई एग्जैक्ट मोमेंट था आपकी लाइफ में, यू एंड योर हस्बैंड, या इट वाज अ स्लो बर्नआउट काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग, या कोई कोई वन पर्टिकुलर इंसिडेंट व्हिच ट्रिगर्ड दिस थिंग? how
Uh,
why did this come to your
yeah.
mind even?
When I think of it now, at that point in time, जब आप ये step ले रहे हो, आपको इतना incidents याद नहीं. But now, after 7 years having moved out, when I look back, and I think there were multiple small trigger points. छोटे छोटे ऐसे points थे जो constantly were pushing us to do or get out of the city. One was, of course, health wise. My husband was 95 kgs. And he got diagnosed with pre-diabetes, cholesterol high. All the numbers were coming in, extreme red. So we went to the doctor, and the doctor was also saying that you claim to say कि आपने university level पे ये खेला है, वो खेला है, your report is showing so bad, your report card is so bad. So when somebody says that, then it hits to you that really we've done something. At the age of mid-30s, your report is like this. You shouldn't be like this. So then we said, okay. And maybe from that point in time, that thought started to come that there is something that is not working out. Maybe there is some lifestyle change that we need to do. So then we started to do small steps of changing the lifestyle, which means we started to eat clean. We started to go for the neighborhood yoga classes. और जैसे फिर योगा शुरू किया, COVID hit. And then we couldn't go to the doctor again to get our test done because everybody was so scared to go to the doctor. But जब हम फिर से गए डॉक्टर के पास से 1 साल बाद, all the reports were in green. So that one full year of doing rigorous lifestyle change and yoga along with walks, that helped him change the numbers. And so that sort of, made us to think that if yoga ने इतना हमारे लिए किया है and it's given us that results, I'm sure there are so many people who are struggling like us. So maybe it's time for us to do, turn around tables and now advise people कि ये possible है, आप change कर सकते हो. So that's where the thought came, and then everything, fell in place.
ठीक
I'm
है.
one of those people.
ठीक है.
Who need your help.
एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बात निकल के आई आपने जो बताया आपने कि earlier his numbers were not very good, his parameters जो भी health parameters were not very good, and that time you were very much in city only. आपने 1 साल अपने you worked on yourself, yoga join किया, अपना you started eating clean, और within 1 year the numbers flipped. ठीक है.
Yes.
तो एक चीज इससे मुझे एक आंसर होती है कि इट इज नॉट ऑलवेज द चेंज ऑफ जियोग्राफी. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं होता है कि हाँ. यस, बिकॉज हमारे
Absolutely.
लास्ट टॉपिक में हम ये बहुत बार फ्रीक्वेंटली डिस्कशन आ रही थी कि बिकॉज ऑफ हेल्थ रीजन पीपल वांट टू मूव आउट, बिकॉज ऑफ हेल्थ रीजन पीपल वांट टू मूव आउट, whereas I strongly believe that is not, that cannot be the only factor. because geography will not change much. The change has to come from within, it has to come here. So I think you've
You're right.
actually answered that yourself only. हाँ. Most of the people, last time हमारी discussion में भी यही हो रहा था कि because of health reasons people want to move out, whereas that should not be the reason. Health is in your hands, you can take care of, except for कि अगर किसी को कोई extreme allergy problems है या कोई extreme problem है, minus that, barring that, तो your health, you can take care of your health being anywhere, right?
Absolutely, it's possible. The first step can happen while being in the city. Now, I'll tell you where the real turnaround really happens. We were at the time in COVID, so that one full year, our external stimuli, जिसको हम बोलते हैं, which is your sensory stimulus, कुछ देखने जाना है, कुछ खाने जाना है, कुछ पीने जाना है, friends को मिलना है, socialize करना, that was not happening. Right? So
Right.
1 year you were in a controlled environment where you had nothing but to be at home, eat right, and do rest of the things, yoga and walks and all that. The moment that thing opened up, right? Unless, like you, Ruchika said, you are a person with a very high willpower who will
And discipline.
stop yourself from the things that are available in big cities. You see Gurgaon, Delhi, the opportunities that people have, like at the end of every corner, there's something for you to eat, drink, right? So आप कितना रोकोगे अपने आप को?
कितने को
But
रोको?
I also feel that it's very important to change your space a little bit for you to be in a space where you feel that आप अपने आप को, can you keep yourself sane in a place which is totally cut off? For example, the place that I live in, if I have to go to get a decent coffee, I need to drive 45 minutes. Right?
Okay.
So the fact that any cafe or any restaurant is 45 minutes away, I'll have to think 100 times to just pick up
Yes.
my car and drive there. I might as well just eat at home. So you've cut down yourself like that. Also, work like that I'm doing. The yoga work will work best when I'm in a place which is more serene, which is more
Serene.
quiet, which is more
Calm and
nature.
quiet. Agreed.
Right? So limited, I can of course be in my condominium, in my apartment, Delhi, Gurgaon में बैठ के मैं कर सकती हूँ, but I'm still surrounded by things which I think if I'm not a strong person, strong willpower, I might get, I might slip. So I think that for that point of view, to continue to be continuously in line or in tandem with what you are thinking, you have to be somewhere outside the big city.
Okay.
Correct. चलो, so you decided कि अब यहाँ से जाना है बाहर. So there must be some inner conflict. मतलब were you scared at any point? Decision तो ले लिया, लेकिन अब डर भी लग रहा है यार कि गलती तो नहीं कर रहे या अब ठीक डिसीजन लिया है. फैमिली फ्रेंड्स का सपोर्ट था?
Like my husband was more scared than I was. Between दोनों में एक ज्यादा डरा होता है, एक थोड़ा कम डरा होता है, but दोनों डरे होते हैं कि what if it doesn't work and then we come back और jobs नहीं है. Even if whatever senior you are in the organization, आपको हमेशा रहता है डर that आपको job नहीं मिलेगी. So plan B तो कुछ था ही नहीं. So we only had to work with plan A. So plan A, we said, okay, chalo, we'll take one chota step, which is we'll go to a place which is not extremely chota, and it's still thoda sa city se connected hai, Delhi se connected hai. So we picked up Dehradun.
Yeah. Okay.
And so Dehradun, we stayed for about 4 years. It was accessible from
Very
Delhi.
much.
We would drive, and there are small organizations. In case if yoga thing didn't work, we could really go back and join. So वो सोच के हमने एक छोटी city but close to Delhi pick करी, so that you don't take the big step. Then when we found that नहीं अब कर सकते हैं हम, and we are stable and people are receptive to doing yoga online, because most of our classes are online, right? एक ये mindset भी है that you need to, even if you decide to move from say A city to a B city, even if that there is opportunity in the B city for what you were doing in the A city, you will still have doubts because that city is new,
Absolutely.
that environment is new for you, right? People are new. But for us, it worked out because we were doing online. So we were getting a decent amount of clients. I won't say we were earning as much as we were earning in the corporate sector. Earnings were minimum so that we could somehow apna kharcha nikal pa rahe the. We were still digging into our savings. But dhire dhire it started to sort of improve. And then from Dehradun we said now we are ready to take the real big step, is move into a smaller city, like a smaller village, sorry. So then the move from Dehradun came to Dharamshala, and now where we are is a small village close to Dharamshala. So that's how it happened. But yes, it was scary. Parents were, I'm a Gujarati background person. So my father is like, oh my God, atla bada paisa kharachya. We've spent so much money on, getting you to become what you've become. You were so senior and ye wo. और अब आप छोड़ के जा रहे हो, and so they were of course all those doubts. My in-laws side, they were okay, they were happy, they are like acha, do whatever new. But my parents was little doubtful, but to the extent that they were okay, try it out, there's no harm in trying out. They did. And I think when you are 35 and above, parents know that they're taking a decision. I'm sure they've thought about it. अगर बहुत young होते, like 20s में या late 20s भी होते, तो भी our parents would sort of object. So objection didn't last too long. Friends were very supportive. They were the first to sign up for my classes. So without friends, I don't think I would have reached where I've reached. Just the again and again reassurance from their side कि तुम अच्छा कर रहे हो, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, अभी पैसे नहीं हो रहे हैं, but होंगे. We will sign up for your classes. So they signed up for my classes. They would talk about people about us कि ये लोग ऐसे ऐसे कर रहे हैं, go do yoga with them. So that's how friends were supportive. And touch wood, everything so far is good.
Saviors friends ही बन के आते हैं eventually life में.
है ना?
Yes. So at this point, I want to bring, you mentioned Goa. You first attempted to move to Goa. Why did that not work out for you?
Yeah, so I would say it backfired. You are being very nice and using a good word. Okay, why did it work? Why it backfired big time? Because जो हम सपने लेके गए थे कि हम योगा में हम वहाँ पे ट्रैकिंग शुरू करें गोवा में जाके. My husband is a trekker. So we said we'll start our trekking company and maybe people will be interested to do local treks, and then we do a lot of treks in Ladakh also. So we'll take people to Ladakh. But I don't think, at least when we started in 2017, that concept, people in Goa were ready to do something like that. They were still doing what is best works for Goa is,
yes,
local things and parties, and it didn't really gel with the concept that we had. So we stayed there for 8 months. Tried everything, didn't work out. I think I'm glad it didn't work out because it gave us a lot of learnings. And then we came back again, took a job, worked for another 3 years in Delhi and Gurgaon, and then finally made the move to Dehradun.
So now my question to you would be that how easy or how difficult it was for you to get back into jobs when you came back from Goa?
Yeah, it was quite difficult. I would say it was quite difficult, not for me, but for my husband, because he was at a senior position.
Okay.
And so, senior positions, वैसे opportunities कम होती है. Right? And it's a split between Delhi or Bombay. ये दो main cities है, यहीं पे आपको senior roles मिलेंगे. So, and we were fixated that we will come back to Delhi because my family though is in Bombay, but we were used to the Delhi environment, Delhi
environment.
environment. So we said we will shift to Delhi. So hence it was limited. But having said that, had we tried a little longer, maybe he would have gotten even better than what he got. But we were happy at that point in time to get out of Goa. So whatever came our way, we picked it up. And that also turned out to be very nice. His exposure, he worked with India's investment agency called Invest India for 2 years. So he got very good exposure. So that way we were happy. And I went back to working with a non-profit. So that coming back to Delhi, I think it worked for us from the work point of view, but yes, it was a challenge. So if any of your viewers are thinking that, shifting and coming back, you will immediately get a job, it may not be so easy. You will get it, but you need to just have some patience.
Yes. और जब यहाँ से आप जाने वाले थे तो उससे पहले आपने कोई फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग भी करी यहाँ से? नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग कर वट एवर वेर एवर यू आर करंटली देयर,
हाँ जी।
तो उस वहां पहुंचने से पहले आपने कोई फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग करी? बिकॉज एज यू सेड योरसेल्फ कि योगा की टीचिंग करनी थी और उसमें इनिशियली तो इतना पैसा नहीं है, तो वो आपकी प्लानिंग कैसी रही, मनी प्लानिंग प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ के लिए?
करेक्ट। तो जब हम सोच रहे थे, इवन हम जब सोच रहे थे कि गोवा शिफ्ट होना है, उसके पहले से हमने थोड़ा सा बात करना तो शुरू कर लिया था बिटवीन द टू ऑफ अस, दैट अगर हमने शिफ्ट करना है देन वी नीड टू हैव टू मेंटेन एटलीस्ट इफ नॉट द सेम लाइफस्टाइल, व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट वी कैन डू अवे विद। तो हम क्या क्या चीजें, ठीक है अगर हम नहीं जा रहे हैं हर वीकेंड बाहर, या हम मूवीज नहीं देख रहे, सो व्हाट आर द थिंग्स जो बेसिकली आप उसके बगैर रह सकते हो। तो स्टार्ट
हम्म।
थिंकिंग ऑफ दोस पॉइंट्स। तो हमने वो पॉइंट्स देखना शुरू किया। वी सेड ओके विल कट ऑन दिस, विल कट ऑन दिस, विल कट ऑन दिस। तो हमारा मंथली एक्सपेंसेस कितने होंगे? अगर मंथली एक्सपेंसेस एक्स है, आर यू गेटिंग, even if you stop working through your own savings, are you getting x plus 1? That 1 could be a 1, could be a 2, could be a 3, whatever that multiple is. And so we were comfortable to see that we will not be digging much into our savings.
ओके।
और हमने ये भी प्लानिंग करी कि अगर हम 3 साल तक ऐसे ही कंटिन्यू करते हैं और सेविंग्स में डिग करते हैं, तो बाय व्हाट परसेंटेज दैट सेविंग विल गो डाउन, and if we continue like this, at what rate or how soon will the savings become completely zero?
जीरो,
तो
हाँ।
ये सारा हमने मैथ किया, and then we said okay, we can survive, save without digging much into our savings for the next 3 years comfortably, without really bringing down our lifestyle. With that, we went to Dehradun. We realized that, of course, the lifestyle over there is much, in that sense, the expenses are much lower than a city. For example, in a Delhi at that point in time, to give you exact numbers, we were paying a 50,000 sort of a rent in Delhi. When we moved to Dehradun,
50
it
or
was almost
15?
half, 50,
Okay.
50,
Uh-huh.
50. I'm talking about 2017, 18 types,
हम्म।
19 के आसपास. So from 50,000, when we, that is the rent we were giving, and so हमने हमारी कैलकुलेशन में उतना ही रेंट रखा कि चलो देहरादून भी जाएंगे, होपफुली we knew कि वहाँ पे रेंट कम होंगे, but we want to take everything with a large number so that we know कि कितना मोटा मोटा हमारा एक्सपेंस है. So वहाँ कट हो गया थोड़ा सा पैसे, half of the amount में हमें रेंट मिल गया. Things were not so far away in Dehradun, so if you had to commute from one place to the other place, things were closer. So the petrol you are,
पेट्रोल का प्राइस, ओके।
so ये ऐसी सारी बहुत सारी चीजें we were able to cut down on, and hence the lifestyle continued to be the way it was in Delhi with lesser
लेस
expenses.
मनी स्पेंट, ओके।
Less
कॉस्ट
money
ऑफ लिविंग
spent.
ही क्योंकि कम है ना स्मॉल टाउन्स में, आई थिंक बिकॉज कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग कम है यहाँ। हियर एंड देयर ऑफ कोर्स देयर इज अ डिफरेंस, और बड़ा
Correct.
डिफरेंस तो सबसे पहले रेंट का ही है।
सबसे बड़ा, and the I don't know if I should be saying this positive or negative. I don't know, however the viewers want to look at it. We didn't have any kids because we had planned much ahead that, if our life is going to be like this, where we're going to be moving from one place to the other place, would it be fair on our part to give that child that kind of upbringing where we are, uprooting that child from one place to the other place? So we said we are okay to not have children. So that way we didn't have a lot of expenses that would otherwise we would have to incur if we were with
I
children. Yeah.
either you have to send your children to boarding school, or every time you have to take them out of one particular school, put them to another one. Yes, of course, everything then costs money. Every step would have costed money. सो
Correct.
आपने फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग के बारे में जो बात करी, तो मैं ये समझती हूँ कि दिस कैन नॉट बी एन इम्प्रॉम्प्टू डिसीजन कि नहीं यार दिल्ली में दिल नहीं लग रहा है, तो लेट्स गो आउट, लेट्स रेंट आउट सम प्लेस इन सम स्मॉल टाउन एंड चले जाते हैं। ऐसा नहीं कर सकते, ये नहीं होना चाहिए। You have to think through, you have to look at your finances, you have to look at the amount of savings that you have done over period of this thing in number of years. तो आप उसके बेसिस पे ये डिसीजन ले सकते हो। ऐसा नहीं कि कोई मूवी देखी या किसी फ्रेंड से बात करी, वो चला गया तो मैं भी चला जाऊं, ये नहीं हो सकता।
नहीं हो
So I have a
सकता
very
because
candid question here.
yes.
Go ahead. Finish what you're saying, Manji.
No, I was just just confirming what she said is correct. Yeah.
Right. So it's a very subjective thing, लेकिन मतलब शायद लोग जानना चाहेंगे what would be a good number in terms of saving if you want to move. हालांकि it is a very subjective
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing क्योंकि हर जगह के expenses same नहीं हो सकते, but what would be see I'm talking about an upper middle class kind of living standard जो आप शहर
Yeah.
में मेंटेन कर रहे हो, क्योंकि वही एक सेगमेंट है शायद जो मूव कर सकता है, ना उसके ऊपर वाले मूव करना चाहते हैं ना उसके नीचे वाले मूव करना
Money.
चाहते हैं,
Absolutely.
है ना?
To
तो what would be a
to
good number to have in savings, an approximation कि
Yeah.
कितना आपके
So to
पास
give you
कॉर्पस
a
होना
number,
चाहिए?
and you very rightly said, it's very subjective. It all depends
It
on
is.
your own expenses, how much can
Hmm.
you cut down. But I would say that if you are able to comfortably put aside, say, a 60 or a 50,000 expenses every month, which you are coming, or which is coming to you either from your savings of FDs or mutual funds, yeah, jo bhi hai, then that number people can calculate. But if you're getting that 50, 60,000 every month from your savings without digging into your savings, could be from investments also, then that is a good
Alternate sources of income. हाँ, कुछ भी हो सकता है.
multiple people may have mutual funds. So, I mean, we had some investments, but again, at the same time, the markets were going down. So we couldn't really withdraw from there. So,
Right.
you will have all these kind of things that will happen, like what's happening now. If even if somebody wants to move out, with the situation of the world is right now, you're so uncertain, right? Okay, should we
Right.
take the step of moving out with all the war situation? To answer your question, Himanshu, I just have this, that 50,000 coming out and every month. So savings, I mean, I don't think that'll be fair to put a number out like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this is the higher side estimation from you.
50
Right.
to 60 आप लेके चलो if you are a couple. If you have children, then of course that number goes high. If you have smaller kids, then expenses are higher. If you have,
Even higher.
Of course, if you have children, then expenses are different. I don't have experience of that, so I can't say.
Right.
With a family
चलो
of two,
फिर
you
अब
were
आपने
saying 50 to 60,000 is a safe figure.
50,
Family of
60,000
two.
safe
Yeah.
figure, safe figure, yeah, absolutely. और थोड़ा सा cut down तो करना ही पड़ेगा सब जगह पे.
चलो तो शीतल फिर डिसाइड कर लिया, कॉर्पस भी बना लिया, स्किल सेट भी एक्वायर कर लिया कि योगा करना है, डिसाइड कर लिया और मूव भी कर लिया. अब आई रियलिटी कि शहर में बैठ के दूर से तो प्रोबेबली पीपल रोमांटिसाइज कि छोटे शहर में जाएंगे, सुकून की जिंदगी, साफ हवा, पंछियों की आवाज, बढ़िया लोग, कम ट्रैफिक, कम शोर. अब ये तो रोमांटिसाइजिंग हो गई. अब रियलिटी क्या निकली व्हेन यू मूव्ड?
So reality right now दो लेवल पे. एक आप देहरादून पे बात कर लो, which is like a small city, and then reality check in a small village where I am. So your viewers will get both perspective. जो बहुत अंदर जाना चाहते हैं उनको भी मैं आइडिया दे दूंगी, और जो थोड़ी से शहर के पास रहना चाहते हैं उनको भी आइडिया दे देती हूँ. So देहरादून is becoming mini Delhi.
Yes.
So अगर आप वहीं रहना चाहते हो तो it will catch up and become Delhi in 15 years, if not.
Right.
In my view, अभी वो बन चुका है दिल्ली. तो आप 15 साल के बाद फिर से मूव करना चाहोगे, right? So all the issues that you have, the reason why आप दिल्ली से मूव कर रहे हो या बॉम्बे से मूव कर रहे हो या बिग सिटी से मूव कर रहे हो, वो सब देहरादून में 10 साल में आपको पकड़ ले. तो वो इश्यूज तो आपको पता ही है बड़े सिटी के. Now come to when you go there for a vacation, it looks very nice, right? And I'm not just saying Dehradun. I pick up Shimla, pick up Manali, जो हमारे हिल स्टेशंस के हमने हालत करी है अभी, उन सब की यही हालत है. वहां जब आप रहोगे तब आपको पता चलेगा. टैंकर्स आते हैं पानी के
लिए.
समर मंथ्स में आप कितने भी रिच लोकेलिटी में क्यों नहीं रह रहे हो, समर मंथ्स में आपके टैंकर्स आते हैं. There are people who are burning garbage, which is the most polluting thing that you can do, because either awareness nahi hai, ya for whatever reason they
Easy
don't
way
have,
out hai.
garbage pickers nahi aa rahe, to burn ho rahi hai. Second, sewage issues in lot of places in Dehradun is there. So because the capacity of these hill stations is to take up so many people only. Now, with the influx of people coming from other cities, आपकी sewage capacity उतनी है जितनी आपने build करी है, right? Now, all of a sudden, there are so many people. So what happens to those infrastructure? So they are all overflowing in places. So if you are okay to see all that and feel that I've still come out of a big city to struggle with these smaller things, which we take for granted in big cities. You don't worry कि आपको garbage कहाँ फेंकना है. You know there's a garbage person coming to your building and वो हो जाएगा, right? You don't have to worry about people are burning anything outside your house. So these smaller things which really put us off in Dehradun by seeing that, that's something that one has to deal with. एक तो ये हो गया. Second, you spoke about people. People are same. I don't think there is any issue, with people. People are nice. Situations are bad. People are never bad. So we've never had any bad incident with people. In fact, people in smaller places are always welcoming. But they always ask this question, and I think unconsciously उनके दिमाग में बैठा हुआ होगा that what is it that you are adding to us by coming here? Are you sort of क्या हमारे system पे आप pressure डालोगे या you are really going to help us in some way? So for us, when we said yoga, people were very happy that okay, we are having yoga teachers. So there was a lot of respect towards yoga teachers. They would be happily say, you please come and rent a house and all that. So you have to be conscious कि आप क्या काम करने जा रहे हो. Are you putting load on the system, right? Because all of us at some point in time, when we think about growth, the growth should not be only limited to what you are doing and what earnings you will make out of it. Your growth should not impact the environment, the people. It should basically add to the environment and the people. So if you're doing something which is going to be value add to that place, then it will be really nice. People will welcome you. So our experience has been, if there was somebody else, I don't know, because I've also heard, in fact, I had few incidences that I'd seen in Dehradun where the locals of Dehradun, once in a while, when we would gather, they would talk bad about people who are shifted from the big cities. अरे ये सारे आए हैं यहाँ पे तो हमारे prices बढ़ चुके हैं. Delhi, Bombay has reached, that's the language they use. Delhi, Bombay यहाँ आ गया है तो अब हम जो afford करना चाह रहे थे ये apartment नहीं कर सकते because it's so easy for them to afford.
For them
right?
to buy it up. Yes.
So उनके लिए वो possible नहीं है afford करना any further, but a Delhi person can immediately buy or a Bombay person. So that way, if your offering is something which is win-win for both, then people are going to be welcoming. Issues coming to the small village. The small village issues are you will be to a large extent looked like an alien. You'll be people. मतलब थोड़ा टाइम हमें भी लगा तो थोड़ा सा लोग पूछेंगे क्यों आए हो. अच्छा कितने टाइम रहोगे? हम यहीं रहेंगे. अच्छा तो थोड़ा उनको वो समझने के लिए, but they're all kind people. Once they know you, they will want to invite you over to your place and things like that. But again, in smaller villages, there are issues of garbage burning where we live, which is the water and the air is so clean, but some of the villagers are just not understanding, and it's very difficult to make them understand for some reason. We've tried our level best. We are going through different channels. We work with non-profits who can go and explain to them that why burning leaves or burning garbage is so harmful. Some of them have understood, some of them have not. So, that frustration is constantly there that I've left Delhi because the air is so bad. And when I stand outside in my terrace and I still have to breathe that smoke, तो वो एक टाइप का फ्रस्ट्रेशन हो सकता है. दूसरा फ्रस्ट्रेशन हो सकता है कि चीजें आपको जल्दी नहीं मिलेगी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल some things that you would easily get in Delhi, Gurgaon supermarkets, आपको वो यहाँ नहीं मिलेगी. So you may have to plan things कि आप चंडीगढ़ जा रहे हो या आप दिल्ली जा रहे हो, तो you pick those things and come. For example, I am a big fan of cold pressed organic oil, cooking oil. यहाँ ऑयल जाओ तो फिर आपको सिर्फ और सिर्फ वो सरसों का, which is great. And now I've adapted my food so that I can make according to the things that are available. I also realize that I'm in many ways abusing the resources, because I am picking something which is from Delhi, bringing it here in Himachal and using here where the environment may be not suitable for it because the weather is different, right? So the reason why people are using a certain oil over here is because it suits to the environment. So then I have made that shift consciously too. So initially, थोड़े से hiccups आएंगे, but you will find a way out of it if the larger goal is to be in a place which you really feel is good for you.
And I have another suggestion for the problem you pointed out, garbage burning की.
Right.
अगर आप अपने ग्राम प्रधान से मिल के बात करें ना, तो देयर इज अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल सोल्यूशन, बायोगैस प्लांट लगवा लो आप. इसमें गवर्नमेंट, सेंट्रल एंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स, इनकी बहुत सारी स्कीम्स हैं. वो आपको ऑलमोस्ट फ्री में विलेज लेवल पे बायोगैस प्लांट लग जाएगा, सारा गार्बेज उसमें जाएगा, गैस बनेगी, उसको कुकिंग के लिए यूज करो, तो लकड़ी काटने
Oh,
से
that's
बच जाएंगे. राइट.
absolutely. और अभी जो issue चल रहा है,
हाँ,
anyways, there's so much gas issue that is running in the village. I'm sure this would be a
एग्जैक्टली.
yeah.
Exactly. So you can work on that, and if you take a leading role in that, maybe as a facilitator, so you'll be, community के लिए आप कुछ
हाँ,
करोगे तो लोगों में भी आपका वो
looked upon.
होगा. Yeah.
Yes.
कि you're adding
Yes,
value. People will also realize
I
that.
keep looking for these opportunities to, work with the local people. Like there are
Yeah.
some people who have arthritis or a little bit of a leg pain, back pain. So we do free sessions every Sunday. We invite
Amazing.
people, whoever wants, at all ages. Morning
Uh-huh.
classes, 1 hour. I keep it for them. So whoever wants to come, they can come and join. And this is an offline space that we give them opportunity to.
Right. अच्छा, एक और चीज आई है दिमाग में. यू सेड कि कुछ चीजें हैं जो शहर जाके लानी पड़ती हैं. हाउस द हेल्थ केयर, हाउ डू यू मैनेज दैट? आई एम श्योर वैसी फैसिलिटीज तो यहाँ पे गांव में नहीं होंगी.
यहाँ नहीं है, but about 40 minutes or 35 minutes there's a big hospital here which caters to larger, mostly most of the villages around, and I've gone and seen. It seems quite nice. There is also a fortis here in Kangra, which is also again half an hour from here. So but there are not many hospitals, I would say. There are one or two good hospitals. There are not many. So if there is any major complication, then these doctors refer people to go to Chandigarh. So that's
Oh.
a very important point, Himanshu. You brought out that healthcare, all of us are only growing older from here.
Exactly.
So there would be situations where you may have to shift with your parents, or for yourself also. You may need to have a hospital or a doctor close by. So that's something very dependent, again, where you are. For me, I have a fortis close by. I haven't experienced yet, but whatever I hear from people, it's a pretty decent space. But they also recommend for big surgeries to people to go to Chandigarh. So that way, not like Delhi or Bombay or any other big city.
And obviously, being in the hills, the connectivity is also a little bit of an issue. Goa में शायद उतनी problem ना हो reaching the hospital. Might,
So
might be,
when it rains,
Yeah.
we have landslides.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
When it rains, we have no electricity for, like last year when we shifted here, the day we shifted, the next day we had power cuts for flat 4 days. So no
Okay.
electricity for 4 days. So no classes, nothing. My laptops were not charged. Even if I had to get something charged, I had to go to the cafe that I spoke, which was 45 minutes away, get my laptop, charge it, come back, do only one class, which lasts for 1 hour because laptop battery will last for 1 hour or whatever, and then nothing after that. So if your work is dependent on electricity, that could be an issue. Of course, you have your inverters, but it again depends on where you're staying. Is your landlord giving you an inverter? And in the inverter, maybe you will have only one room which you can use.
Right.
And that time it was monsoon, so we were still able to manage. Had it been summertime,
Summers.
तो फिर थोड़ा issue हो सकता है. But electricity
उसका
बहुत
भी
जाती है.
उसका भी solution है solar, that also government subsidizes. But
Correct,
you would have to
correct.
look into that. Yeah.
Yeah, wherever you're staying is that person putting it up. Like यहाँ
Yeah.
पे, the place that I live, there are lots of trees. So all the wires are going through the trees or going from wherever. So अगर बहुत बारिश आई, पेड़ गिर गए, so you just wait. And then if you are in a small city, so they will obviously reach out to bigger district, bigger villages to fix them first. Then
First,
last
true.
में तुम्हारी बारी आएगी, तो तुम
छोटे गांव
पता
की
नहीं
बारी आएगी.
कितने कितने. But the positive thing is then you can go to walks to these nice places around, like outside my house. As soon as I step out, say 10 steps, I see the full ranges of the Holadar, and they're all
Wow.
white with snow right now. So it's like a full panoramic view of the Dholadars. So if that gives you solace that ठीक है, light नहीं है, I'm looking at something so magnanimous, then you are a happy person.
Yes.
Right. तो रुचिका, तू बड़ी देर से मेरे ख्याल योगा
हाँ,
पूछने के
मुझे तो
लिए
आपसे ये पूछना था,
मचल
आपने
रही थी।
योगा ही क्यों चूज किया?
हाँ.
Why not anything else? Why yoga? Because
So,
earlier you told us कि आपने corporate jobs करी हैं, mid level, high level उसमें management में. Then why this shift? How this shift came to yoga?
I think one major reason was, like I mentioned, my husband's health. And when it started to deteriorate, it really helped. Yoga really helped him come back to what he was when he was in his early 20s, health wise, I mean, numbers wise. So that was one factor. Second, I was
Okay.
I did yoga. I've been doing yoga from quite a lot, I think about 15 years. For the last 15 years, I've been actively practicing. And then I was thinking that if I have to go and do something, I need to have a skill that can stay with me forever, because there's no
Okay.
retirement age over here, right? There's no retirement age for me in yoga. I see my yoga teachers who are one of the oldest teachers right now in India, I would say, in their late 80s, and they're still teaching. So I wanted to be in a profession, one which, of course, gives me a lot of happiness to do, because I don't want to confuse between passion and hobby. Seldom, a lot of times we feel that I like it, but can you make a career out of it? So ask that question repeatedly to yourself. And if you think, yes, you can make a career out of it, then it's your passion and not your hobby. So we get a lot confused between that. And so I thought that yoga is my passion. I can continue to teach. And to that extent, I asked myself that if I don't get money out of it, will I still be okay to teach? And the answer came yes. If I don't get money, or if my money is very low, I will still be happy doing that, which means that is really my passion.
Your
So yeah, so if that was the reason, my husband's health, my passion, and I thought that it doesn't have any retirement age.
ओके, आई थिंक आपने मेरा सेकंड क्वेश्चन पहले ही आंसर कर दिया. मेरा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आफ्टर दिस कि आपने योगा को ही क्यों चूज किया, और मेरा उसका नेक्स्ट सवाल आपसे था कि नहीं, आप इसको योगा को अपना प्रोफेशन की तरह देखते हो, पैशन है ये, या पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ, किस तरह देखते हो? आई थिंक यू आंसर्ड दैट योरसेल्फ पहले ही.
Yeah. I think when you start anything, which is, even if your passion is, you are thinking कि इसमें से थोड़े पैसे बन जाएं, right?
क्योंकि वो जरूरी है, इवन नेसेसिटी है, क्योंकि वो
it is necessary, right? You can't be doing everything for free. So some amount of money should come. And once the work of yoga is such that आप कितना भी उसको ऐसे ना सोचो, you will start to think like this, the way I'm going to explain right now is, आप जितना लंबा योगा करोगे ना, आप उसमें उस तरह से spiritually घुस जाओगे if you are genuinely doing yoga. So if you're doing yoga for a long time, that person is spiritually aligned. When you are spiritually aligned, then जो growth का definition है वो money से हट जाता है. Then your definition inner growth. Definition is
आपकी
inner
needs ही
growth.
खत्म हो जाती हैं.
Needs ही खत्म हो जाती. But I still get the urge. I still have the urge sometimes to go out, have a nice, hot chocolate or a drink or whatever. I still do that, but that craving of, just running behind money because I want to make an X amount, that has sort of reduced. But the growth now की definition अलग है. मेरे growth की definition है कि क्या मैं जो मेरे आसपास लोग हैं, am I, helping them enough to make their health better? Wherever I am living, I am not deteriorating that place by misusing the resources that are given to me, right? On a larger extent, if I am earning an X amount, 10% of that amount or 10% of my time I give pro bono basis to teach students or teach whoever wants to learn for free. So there are these Buddhist institutes here. We go and spend our time and teach them yoga for free. Then in a year, 2 months, we are based in Ladakh. So Ladakh also
Okay.
we go and give our time to teach young students, monks also sometimes yoga for free. So your growth then is defined by so many other factors and
Other
not just
factors.
money. Yeah.
ठीक है, मुझे लगता है ये पॉडकास्ट देखने के बाद तो बहुत सारे लोग योगा टीचिंग के बारे में डेफिनेटली पढ़ेंगे, वो लोग जो दिल्ली से या अपनी मेट्रो सिटी से बाहर जाना चाहते हैं, बिकॉज जैसे आप एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हो शीतल की योगा से एक तो यस यू कैन बिल्ड अ प्रोफेशन आउट ऑफ इट, एंड दिस विल हेल्प यू ब्रिंग यू क्लोजर टू व्हाट यू आर एक्चुअली सर्चिंग फॉर, क्योंकि अगर आप शोर शराबे से जाना चाहते हो तो आप कहीं पीस क्वाइट में ट्रैंक्विलिटी के लिए जाना चाहते हो, और ऑफ कोर्स आई एम श्योर योगा तो वो हेल्प करता ही है एज वी ऑल नो। तो मुझे लगता है इस पॉडकास्ट के बाद बहुत सारे लोग योगा टीचर ट्रेनिंग कोर्सेज के बारे में पढ़ने वाले हैं, आई एम श्योर।
I'll be very happy to guide them.
हाँ,
If they need
यस,
my details, I will be happy to give them, talk to them, help them figure out, tell them mistakes that I've done. Best is to ask somebody what are the mistakes you've done, so that you at least are aware कि ये mistakes मैं ना करूं, और
मैं नहीं
अगर
करूँ,
करें तो उसको कैसे डील करें।
डील कैसे करें। मिस्टेक्स तो नहीं, बट मैं आपसे एक क्वेश्चन ये पूछना चाहती हूँ कि एक चीज दैट यू हैड टू अनलर्न बिफोर मूविंग आउट ऑफ मेट्रो सिटी, वन थिंग विच यू फील कि यस ये मैं छोड़ूंगी, यहाँ पर छोड़ के जाऊंगी, ये आदत ब्रेक करके जाऊंगी तो मैं आगे बढ़ूंगी और आगे निकल पहुंच सकूंगी जहां पहुंचना है। वन हैबिट, वन नेचर, वन वन एनीथिंग दैट यू वांट टू नेम।
I would say patience.
ओके।
I'll tell you how patience has really changed for me now is when we shifted. For example, if you are in Delhi, you're moving houses and you want to fix your AC from your old house to the new house, you just make a call to the service center and they will send you the person at the date that they tell you they will send. आधा घंटा ऊपर नीचे होगा। हमें कई बार बोला जाता है यहाँ पे कि आज आ जाएगा बंदा, आज आ जाएगा, आज आ जाएगा। वो आज will never come. He will not come today. Not because he doesn't want to come. It is just the way the people are a little bit
laid back in their
Laid
nature
back.
here.
I won't even say laid back. They're not whiling away their time. It is just the way they are. They don't want to maybe say no and
अच्छा,
reject that person.
Okay.
Or they want to be overcommit, saying हाँ आ जाएंगे, but that आ जाएंगे never happens. So you have to
Okay.
do like a multiple follow up and things like that. So उसमें frustration can build.
Okay, so you were saying
So that was one example of being impatient, finding a person who can come and help you at home for whatever little help that you need. You will not find it. So you'll have to wait, do it yourself.
ठीक है,
Light नहीं है, आपको wait करना है. You have to have patience. So
तो मतलब वो
patience,
जो
I
you
think,
will
is
have to come out of the habit of picking up your phone और urban clap को जैसे वहां पर कुछ बुक कर दिया, स्नैपडील पे बुक कर दिया, that is one thing जो अनलर्न करके ही निकलना पड़ेगा बिग सिटी से, you are saying.
हाँ करेक्ट। हाँ, यहाँ जोमेटो नहीं है, यहाँ हमारे पास कुछ नहीं है। Sometimes Amazon refuses to come.
Is it?
Yeah, Amazon
Oh.
refuses to come. So we have to go to one point
Particular
where they
point,
say,
हाँ.
"Oh, हाँ." But then again, people don't have to shift to so interiors as we've shifted. They can still be in a smaller city, but still out of the maddening chaos of the big cities.
So do you think there
Nice.
are better opportunities in these tier 2, tier 3 or smaller cities? Like setting
I
up
think
smaller businesses which are not there and being successful much easier than you would have to, literally fight for your survival in a big city, even running a small business.
yeah, see, opportunities are there. So if you are the person who really have a brilliant idea and you think it will really work in that city, resources arrangement may be slightly slow, Like I said,
Mm.
arranging for resources or setting up the first few months may take time. But if
Mm.
you are able to set up and create that environment, that ecosystem for yourself, where resources आप एक तरह से जमा कर रहे हो और फिर अपना काम शुरू कर रहे हो, तो ठीक है. But because in a Delhi or a Bombay, setting up is easier because resources immediately available है. आपकी तरह 10
Correct.
लोगों ने कुछ किया हुआ है, तो
कुछ
आपको
किया
पता है कहाँ से लाना है. वहाँ पे वो नहीं है. But once you're able to
Correct.
click that, it will work. Because slowly and slowly, we all are connected through internet. So even the smaller village people now aspires to buy a bigger car or wants to buy that product that you are buying in a big city. So
Mm.
opportunity wise, there is enough.
कुछ
आपका डेली रूटीन कैसे चेंज हुआ है शीतल, आप ये बताओ. दिल्ली में क्या था जब आप दिल्ली या बॉम्बे में रहते थे, तो क्या रूटीन था और वहां क्या चेंज हुआ है, फॉर गुड और फॉर बैड ऑल्सो?
Sleeping time, waking time has really changed a lot. Really, people in the village sleep early.
या
Mm.
So by 9:30, I see all the lights around our houses. They are off and they wake up early. So invariably, आपका भी वो routine हो जाता है.
रूटीन
And
बनेगा.
the line of work that I am, I have classes starting at 6 a.m. So I have to be up at 5. So routine of waking up has changed.
Wonderful.
Awareness about a lot of things that I didn't know while being in the city has gone up. For example, you will see a lot of small festivals being celebrated over here.
Okay.
जो हम वहाँ पे नहीं पता, मतलब पेरेंट्स बोल रहे हैं कि आज ये है, हमने सुना नहीं सुना कर दिया.
हाँ
यहाँ पे हमें देखने मिलता है. देयर इज सेलिब्रेशन
Right.
हैपनिंग अराउंड इट. कहीं कोई एक घर से दूसरे घर में जा रहा है, कहीं ढोल बज रहे हैं, लेडीज आर
हाँ
कमिंग टुगेदर. I'm inquisitive. I'll go and ask us किस चीज की पूजा है. So they'll explain. You will really see the changes in the weather. So for they say बैसाखी के दिन से,
हाँ
I think summer should be better, if I'm not wrong. Is that what they
Spring.
say?
Spring should
Right?
open.
Spring should.
हाँ.
तो आपको उस दिन पे दिखेगा, the weather is different.
Mm.
Distinctly different than the previous day. So your
Okay.
awareness, my awareness has become, I'm more aware of things that are happening around me. Just the culture that we are in, वो culture बहुत आपको clearly समझ में आता है, because these people in the city, in the villages, are following those smaller festivals. So that way you feel that you are getting more closer to your roots.
Mm. Mm.
ओके, वेरी नाइस.
Food
तो आई
food
थिंक आपने
wise,
कहा
lot of sorry.
आप जैसे बता रहे हो कि एक आपका स्लीप टाइम का रूटीन है, ये एक मेजर चेंज यू फील एक आया है. दूसरा, यू गेट टू एंजॉय जो छोटे छोटे फेस्टिवल्स होते हैं, जिनके यू राइटली सेड, जिनके हमें सिर्फ नाम ही पता चल पा रहे होते हैं, वो भी व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप से. यू सी देम ऑल बीइंग सेलिब्रेटेड देयर. तो आप उसका पार्ट बन के देखा है आपने वहां पर. ठीक है,
हाँ.
नाइस. और एक थोड़ा सा पर्सनल क्वेश्चन जो मेरा आपसे ये रहेगा, वो ये रहेगा कि आप what you are today, how different you feel that how different you are than what you were when you were in city. आप में आज में और आज से 15 साल पहले वाली शीतल में क्या चेंज दिखता है आपको, बड़ा चेंज, 10 साल वाली पुरानी शीतल में?
बहुत, आई थिंक टू अ लार्ज एक्सटेंट बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो पहले वोकली इतनी चीजें बोल नहीं पाती थी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई वुड बी shy is not the right word, because I'm not able to catch the right word. I would say I was not very comfortable speaking my mind.
Okay.
I was not comfortable confronting certain things which I felt were not right,
अच्छा.
which is now happening very clearly. So if I feel that the other person has made a point and the person is not saying things which I feel is correct, so now I'm able to subtly point out those differences to that person, at the same time not making that person feel small or bad.
ठीक है.
Right? The earlier response would have been just hear that person and just let it go.
Let it
But
go.
I'm not doing a right or I'm in many ways disrespecting the person by not telling him or her कि ये इसका एक दूसरा पहलू भी हो सकता है और इसको भी आप सुनिए. So that has become very clearly. Now I'm able to communicate my thoughts very clearly. Maybe it's yoga, or maybe it's just age. Over a period of time, and they say, right, as you grow older, you don't care about being shy, or you don't care about being right or wrong. If there's something in your mind, think through it and say it out aloud.
Yes.
So that way, I think I have changed. I also feel my routine is a little more better. Yoga has helped me to calm down a lot, um, in the sense that now the problems still come as they would be coming earlier, but my response time to the problem has become better. For example, if I have a problem right now, I get enough time to think. So अभी पहले भी टाइम मिलता था, बट तब सोचती नहीं थी, तुरंत उसके बारे में आइदर अपसेट हो जाना या तो रिएक्ट कर देना. अब थोड़ा रिस्पॉन्स टाइम के लिए टाइम मिलता है. So I'm seeing the problem coming to me, and it's sort of slowing down. In that slowing down, I'm getting time to think of my solutions. So I don't know if I'm able to explain clearly.
तो इस चीज का क्रेडिट दोगे आप अपना इसको मूविंग आउट ऑफ सिटी को दोगे इस चीज का क्रेडिट आप कि नहीं, या ये दिस इज समथिंग इंटरनल यू हैव इवॉल्व्ड एज वन ह्यूमन बीइंग, आपको लगता है?
No, Ruchika, 100% to moving out. If I'm on the road, I see less traffic. If I see less temptations on the road, if I see more people which are calmer, right? वो भी तो impact करता है ना. विलेज में calmer, वो अपना काम 2 घंटे का काम 3 घंटे में भी करेंगे, वो शांति से करेंगे, right? They are in no rush. So the calmness that other person around you brings to you, that is also rubbing onto you. So that calmness is coming from seeing less traffic. Calmness is coming by seeing more greenery, more beautiful mountains. So where is all that going? That's going in me, right? So all the credit goes to things around me, and then of course yoga also.
Basically, you've started seeing the big picture.
I've seen a big picture.
Yeah. Chalo, so let's end this here. And any advice or takeaways you want to share with the people who want to start over in a small city?
I would say, whenever one is planning to move out, take smaller steps. So even before you think of moving out, both the parties, husband, wife, and whoever else is there in the family, should be in sync with the idea. That's one. Second is, whenever you decide, take a temporary break from what you are doing. Temporary break could be whatever, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, sabbatical from your organization. A lot of people are now, organizations are open for people to take sabbatical. Take a sabbatical, go try out the place. Going and visiting as a tourist is different than going and staying there as a resident of that place.
And running a household there is different. Yeah.
Yes. It is different. Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. You need, like for me, I need to know when is the vegetable person coming, right? I don't have vegetable vendor close to me. I again have to drive 20 minutes away. And he has his set time when he's opening. And he may not have all fresh vegetables today because Mandi is far away. So he comes 2 हफ्ते में 2 या 3 बार fresh vegetables आते हैं. तो आपने ये सारी planning करनी है. So best is कहीं पे आप एक छोटी सी जगह अगर आप afford कर सकते हो, उसको rent पे ले लो 1 साल के लिए. Keep going back and forth to that place a few times in the year to experience how you feel. If you have that capacity to take a place on rent. If you don't have the capacity to take a place on rent, take a sabbatical, go there, stay, live, experience, and then make your own decision whether this is right or wrong. But again, some of the things you will have to struggle with, but look at it, struggle versus what you're getting. The versus what you're getting is larger than the struggle, then that struggle is okay.
Worth that.
That's worth it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but if the struggle is so much, then maybe some other city, maybe some other lifetime.
So, in the end, do you think you will ever go back to city life? No.
Uh, to answer that question, we are in fact thinking of going even further inside and a little more higher.
Mm.
Uh, but once in a while, I love to go back to meet my friends, family, get a dose of fresh pollution out of Delhi, Gurgaon, Bombay. I'm
Right.
sorry. No, no. Yeah, but it's always good to go back and just get that little bit of dose of city life. But I think I will always want to come back and not think of going back because I'm feeling I've gained a lot. Yeah.
Amazing, Sheetal. So let's wrap it up. We've taken a lot of your time, and
Mhm.
it was really, really fun talking to you. A lot of good inputs from your side. बहुत ही मजा आया और बहुत सारे सवालों के आपने हमारे
एक्चुअली जो
जवाब
बहुत
दिए.
सारे सवाल हमारे
हाँ.
पिछले पॉडकास्ट में हमारे खड़े हुए थे ना, उन सब सवालों के एक्चुअली हमें एक बड़े ऑनेस्ट रिप्लाईज आपने दिया, थैंक्स फॉर दैट. और एंड आपने सिर्फ रिप्लाई नहीं दिया ना, अपने अपने एक्सपीरियंस से उन सब चीजों का जवाब दिया हमें. सो आई थिंक दैट बिकेम मोर मीनिंगफुल. आई एम श्योर इट विल हेल्प पीपल जिनका कुछ भी मूड बन रहा है दिल्ली छोड़ के जाने का, कहाँ जाना है,
मेरा तो
कहीं
बन गया.
बन
Now I
गया
have
मलिक
the
साहब.
answers.
जाने तो हमने देना नहीं है.
आप कहाँ जा रहे हो हिमांशु? प्लीज बता दो. व्हाट
I've
सिटी आर
been
यू थिंकिंग?
I've been contemplating for past 3-4 years कि दिल्ली से तो अब निकलना है.
नहीं.
तो या
या
एंड आई लव हिल्स. मुझे बीचेस नहीं पसंद. तो मेरा भी यही था कि ये देहरादून या डलहौजी या इस टाइप की कहीं किसी जगह जाके
हाँ.
कुछ
या
रैट रेस से बस सब दूर निकल के कुछ ऐसा करो जो अंदर और बाहर दोनों को संतुष्ट कर दे.
हाँ ठीक है मलिक, तो जाकर के बायोगैस का प्लांट लगा ले.
वो
यू
तो
गिविंग योर
जरूर.
आइडियाज ना. हाँ.
करेक्ट.
Ritika, Himanshu, do you think there's one more point that I want to highlight, which I think
हाँ.
is quite important, and just see where you can fit in? I also
Right.
feel that, when you move out of the city and you come
Hmm.
to a village, there is a lot of silence that you will experience. When I say silence, not
Exactly.
the voice around you, but
Hmm.
the voice or the things that you were used to doing in the city, you will not have over here. So at
Yeah.
some point in time, you might feel irrelevant.
Right. You
Uh,
feel
you know,
very small in that
you will
surrounding.
feel very small. You will feel that
हाँ.
आप सोशल मीडिया से तो हटोगे नहीं. आपके
हाँ.
फ्रेंड्स तो वही सारी चीजें कर रहे
सब
हैं,
कुछ
पोस्ट
कर
कर
रहे
रहे हैं,
हैं. हम्म.
है ना? तो आपको वहां बैठे बैठे लगेगा आई एम मिसिंग आउट. एंड
हाँ.
आपके पास टाइम इतना सारा होगा क्योंकि तुरंत तो काम आपका पिक नहीं कर लेगा जो भी आप काम करने
हाँ.
वाले हो. तो वो
राइट.
जो जिसको कहते हैं ना एम्प्टी टाइम में आप बिल्कुल
व्हाइट
लेवल
नॉइज
की
जिसको
तरह.
कहते हैं.
हाँ,
हम्म.
करेक्ट. सो यू विल स्टार्ट टू थिंक दैट I have so much time. I am not doing enough because in Bombay, Delhi, you're used to doing, your time is packed, your day is packed. Over here, you
यस.
Right.
will have so much time. So, how do you utilize that time is something that people need to think now when they're making that shift. That I'm
Hmm.
okay to sit, work
जस्ट
less,
आइडियस.
or I'm okay to sit ideal for so many days or so many months, and I will pick up another hobby. I will go
Hmm.
cycling, I will do this, I will do that because time बहुत होगा. तो उस
Hmm.
टाइम में फ्रस्ट्रेशन बिल्ड हो सकती है दोनों में से एक पार्टनर को. एंड दैट पर्सन कैन देन ड्राइव द अदर पर्सन मैड बाय सेइंग यार मेरे पास तो कुछ है ही नहीं, व्हाट डू आई डू, लुक एट माय
मैं क्या
फ्रेंड्स, दे आर
करूँ.
डूइंग दैट, उनकी सैलरी इतनी हो गई है. एंड सो ऑल दैट कैन कम. सो बी प्रिपेयर्ड मेंटली कि फ्री टाइम में हमने क्या करना.
ठीक है. वैलिड. जब इतना फ्री टाइम होगा तो उसमें क्या करना है. बहुत वैलिड पॉइंट है एक्चुअली ये शी इज एक्चुअली गिविंग आंसर्स फ्रॉम हर ओन एक्सपीरियंस ना. तो बहुत
Yeah.
रियल वो सब निकल के आ रहा है. नहीं तो अगर
True.
आप जनरल कॉन्वर्सेशन करो तो इतनी छोटी सी बात कोई मेंशन भी नहीं करेगा कि इतना
Hmm.
टाइम होगा और कुछ भी नहीं है करने के लिए. आप कितनी देर हिल्स को ही देखते रह जाओगे, आप कितनी देर ही ब्यूटी को निहारते रहोगे. यू
True.
एज अ
आपको
ह्यूमन बीइंग वी
फ्रस्ट्रेशन
नीड
होगी.
टू अपनी एनर्जीज को चैनलाइज तो करना पड़ता है कहीं ना कहीं. तो वो
Yeah.
पहले से
करेक्ट
सोचना पड़ेगा,
करेक्ट.
मेरे पास इतना जो टाइम होगा उसको मैंने कैसे, मतलब उसमें मैंने क्या बिल्डअप करना है.
Hmm.
हाँ,
ठीक है.
दैट्स ट्रू.
वंडरफुल.
Correct.
Okay, thank you, Sheetal. Thank you for your time. And this time we had you with us. while you shared your journey moving from a big city to a small village somewhere in hills. So maybe next time we will have you with us as a, uh, trained professional yoga teacher. हम आपके साथ एक session करना चाहेंगे definitely, so that you can
Absolutely.
guide us that how yoga is helping you.
Yeah.
And जैसे आपने कहा अपने इस podcast में भी आपने explain किया that you have learned so many things. There are so many things you have left, and yoga ने आपको help किया उन चीजों के लिए. So probably next time we'll have you again with us as a yoga teacher. ठीक है, with that
I'll be very happy.
yes, so we take your leave and thank you viewers. और जैसे हम हमेशा कहते हैं, अपना अड्डा पे हर टॉपिक अपना सा लगता है. आई होप आपकी भी कुछ टेक अवेज होंगे हमारे इस एपिसोड से. इफ यू लाइक समथिंग, do let us know. If you did not like something, again do let us know so that we can make the changes. And then Sheetal, we can, if you are okay, we can give a link for your this thing. People, if somebody wants
Instagram or
to
anything.
if somebody wants to come join your online classes, so probably if you are okay with that, I think we can provide that for our viewers too.
We have a very humble Instagram page which we don't promote too much because our thought is that we don't want to promote it the way a lot of teachers are doing, but we are still there. It goes by the name Vairagya Yog Life. And if anybody wants to reach out, they can reach out through you. I can give my contact number to you and then you can pass it down.
Perfect. I
Sure.
think we'll add this to the body. And okay, then thank you our viewers, and we'll meet you again soon.
Thank you. See you.
Yes.
Bye.